actual creator of a magazine called Creative. Sorry, give me a second. I'm going to have to pull up the magazine on this. It's kind of long, okay? So be patient with me. Black Bloggers and Creative. So this is a second edition magazine, second issue for 2020. And we're going to talk about this somewhere along down the show. So please watch the whole thing, like stick around for it. So she's going to, the creator is the creative influencer, which is the CEO, the president, the maker, the one with all the vision. Hope James is gonna start and tell us all about herself and who she is and where she's going with this phenomenal idea and how it's contributing into the society. And then we'll go to about the magazine. And on top of that too, she had a podcast. So a lot more to learn and a lot more, social and things that you can get engaged to and be able to learn from our Black creators and what's going on in the industry and to stay updated to the latest. So this is one of our biggest social media that is coming out for you. So you can find anything you need right here, right away, immediately, instead of having to go do all this research and Google and all stuff like that. So stay tuned for that as well. And then at the end, we will talk about her partner as well. And she's going to introduce herself. Her name is Fatou Jom. And Fatou, she's also a blogger. She writes and she's, you'll see some of her stories and some of her creative graphic that she does, which I think are phenomenally amazing. And of course, you can't have magazine without bloggers, right? So perfect team. And then she'll give us it's a whole different story about Let's Fight Indo. But for now, this is our main focus. So let's get it started. Let's introduce our guest today, Hope James.
Hi.
How are you?
I am fine.
Welcome to our show.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here today. And first of all, thank you so much for creating time to have me here today.
Oh, absolutely. We love to have talents like this. We love to bring in creativity like this because as a diaspora, we want to make sure our people in Africa see what we're doing and how they can also be involved and engaged as well. So let's start with a little bit about you. Tell us who you are, where you're from, and things that people need to know about you.
Yeah, I'm just a simple girl. That's what I usually start with. My name is Hope James, as you already know, and I'm from Sweden and Nigeria. I originally I'm a transplant in Minnesota, so I came from Stockholm here. So I've been in Minnesota for like approximately 7 years, I would say.
Wow.
And it's been an interesting journey living
So Minnesota
here.
has always been your home for all those 7 years.
Yeah, but I do go home though.
Okay.
I do go home, but for the past 2 years I haven't actually traveled. I have
yeah.
been in Minnesota and
Yeah.
that is driving me nuts. But I'm planning to travel soon, but yeah, Minnesota have been the place for now.
Well, I bet you've been really busy with this too, so that's probably taken up a lot of your time.
Actually, this just started a year ago.
Well, I mean, still, you have
Yeah.
a second issue.
Yeah, it just started a year ago. We just recently did our first anniversary,
Okay.
and that was on February 22nd last month. So
Okay.
yeah,
Wow,
so
just recently.
just recently we just made 1 year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, let's clap for that. Thank
That's
you.
a big accomplishment there.
Yes, because
You hit your milestone, 1 year. 1 year milestone.
it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work, I can tell you for sure. How we made 1 year is amazing.
You should definitely be proud
Yeah.
of yourself.
Yeah, I am. I am. I mean, the vision all started with looking at what's happening here in Minnesota and how people people of color being recognized, especially the Black Minnesota
Ooh,
community.
this is going to be a good topic.
And being a transplant, meaning being a Black person, an African person, a European as well.
Okay.
It was kind of a challenge for me to be seen, because I originally started as a blogger, as a food blogger, but then I kind of gave up, and then I started reading about different things, and I wanted to do something different
Okay.
for the community. It wasn't anything to be popular or to get clout. It was just
Yeah.
to create a solution.
Something to give to the community.
Yeah, something to give
Yeah.
to the community, create a solution. And our mission is to uplift and to increase visibility for Black creatives, for Black entrepreneurs, and for Black owned businesses.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's just,
The
we-
vision is amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're meeting a lot of great talents, a lot of great creators that I've had an opportunity to speak to a lot of really amazing people. And working with Kyle Benson, for example, who is the president of Minnesota Black Chambers of Commerce. He's the one on the cover.
Ooh.
If you show him, he's the one.
Is that this guy here?
Yeah. So that is Kyle
Okay.
Benson. So
Got on the Nigerian attire there, looking royalty.
and having him to even take time out of his time
Yes.
to come grace the cover. I was honored, because I think he kind of understood our vision and what we're
Yes.
trying to do in the community that my organization serve.
I mean, it's very clear. You explained it clear.
Thank you.
So when somebody has a clear vision like that, you'll definitely get a lot of support.
Yes.
Look at how handsome he is.
Yeah.
And we have Del Mario here.
Yes,
I'm
Del is
saying his name
amazing.
because I knew him.
Yeah, Del is amazing. Del was like, he's just flexible. He's a flexible guy, and he made it easy, because people always say, "Oh, Hope, you make it look so easy," but it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work,
moving
yes.
people back and forth and because, for example, the outfit was made in Nigeria. We worked with
Yeah.
a designer to custom make those outfits
For them.
and for them. And I'm surprised they actually fit them, because I was concerned.
Look at the outfit closely, you guys.
And
Straight up traditional from Nigeria. Yeah, very well embroidery, and I love the line. That's the line, right?
Yeah.
The line there.
Yeah. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we definitely have a lot to tell you. Like, there's just so much meaning behind this title.
Yes.
Yes. And I like that you're creating the vision, as far as being in Little Minnesota, and where you don't, it's true, you really don't hear a lot of, Black entrepreneurs, Black, for me as a designer in the industry, seeing Black models majority of the time and things like that, I totally agree with you, and I completely understand your vision in this. So tell us a little bit more. What is because I know you say you were giving back to the community by creating this, and what are your inspirations, or like what are you looking for the further vision? Yeah, or what is the purpose?
For me, the biggest purpose is for us to be seen. That's the biggest one. It's not just creating content and people are like, oh, that's a nice magazine cover.
Yeah.
That's a nice flyer. It's seeing the work that we're doing
Right.
and seeing that that I'm working with other Black creators, because I try to hire other amazing Black creators to work on any project I'm working on, so that people can see that we can work together and
Yeah.
hire us more. And that's the whole vision of purpose of increasing visibility, right?
Okay.
And then for me, when I create, I actually think of how do I provide a solution.
We're gonna have our camera zoom in to see your face a little bit more.
I always think of ways to provide like solutions. So like, for example, for the Secular magazine, I wanted to talk about Black men, because I just feel like sometimes we kind of forget about them.
Definitely not.
Yeah, so we're trying. So I tried to like pull it back, because the first magazine, if you can see it, it was me on the first on the cover.
Yeah.
So and everyone was like, oh, it's amazing. I got too much attention that I wasn't expecting. But for the second one, I wanted to do something for the men. I think
Even the first one looks phenomenal. Look at you.
I know.
You guys, this is her. Can you recognize that right now?
Yeah, you can.
She came just her today. She's like, nope.
No
This
makeup.
will come just me.
I just came
this is
natural.
beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you.
You did an amazing job.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention that this is actually done in-house. I actually create this myself.
Wow.
And so you can imagine how long that takes. So
Yes. Give us a little behind the
first
scene.
one, the first one took like 2 months, to be honest with you.
Oh my
It took
gosh.
2 months to create. The second one took me 2.5 weeks approximately.
Oh wow.
And
That's
that
a big
has,
difference.
I know that had more pages. That is like,
Like,
76
You got to see
pages.
the content. I'm just gonna.
But
like,
this is
flash
for
it.
a,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, this is a lot of work. This is.
it is a lot
It
of
only
work.
took you 2 weeks to do this one.
2.5 weeks approximately.
weeks.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, you're talented.
Thank you.
You belong in this category. It's God made for you.
I tell people that all the time, like, don't look at me, look at the purpose. It's not about
Yeah.
me, it's about the purpose, what we're trying to accomplish. And
Oh,
it's a brand new
absolutely.
company.
Yeah.
And, you know, as the business grow, you know,
Mm-hmm.
there are things that, you know, we have to, you know, eliminate.
Yeah.
And there are things that we have to add. The things that are working, I
Mm-hmm.
try to improve my strengths in those areas.
Yeah.
And the things that,
That's
you know,
what
I
you
feel
do.
like it's not fitting in the culture, the Minnesotan culture,
Mm-hmm.
I completely eliminate it. Yeah.
Wow.
Hmm.
Good for you.
Thank you.
So let's introduce your partner as far as getting
Yes.
involved in the magazine
Our
and how it all
PR
started.
girl.
So this is Fatu Jom here, who is also the creator of Let's Fight Indo. So they're going to tell us today how all this began. So Fatu, tell us about yourself.
Oh, hi, my name is Fatu J. I'm the PR for Black Bloggers and Creators. I met Hope the end of last year.
Yeah.
End of last year?
yeah,
Wow,
at
so you
the-
guys just had a short time.
Yeah, we
ago.
just met recently. I mean, and we just clicked right away because she was the one covering the Africa Fashion Week.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, she covered the whole fashion show. If you go to their website, you will see it.
Okay.
So
you were there last year at the event.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Um,
Okay.
Everywhere.
yeah, she was there and she did an amazing job. Like when I see the finish of the the interview, I was very amazed by her. I was like, oh my god, I love this girl. You know, she's
Yeah.
very talented.
Oh.
So that's her signature right away.
She's
Yeah.
gonna have to explain the signature later.
Yeah,
So
that's
go
that's
ahead.
you can't get that out of her. She always do that when she's excited. But yeah, I mean, we're working together. She have a great vision, and I'm very pleased and honored to be part of her team as a PR. So I enjoy working with her. She's a great friend, and she's always there, when I need her. You
Wow.
know, yeah.
So what is your play role in this?
The magazine is all
yeah.
her.
Okay.
Like the magazine is all her. Like this year we just launched her 1 year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
So we were I was the PR there, the host of the show. But
Yeah.
it was a great turnout. So I'm just looking forward to working with her more and do stuff more. But
Okay.
yeah, but the magazine, everything is just all her. Like it's very. I mean, I wish I can do some of the things that she does.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm just behind her 100%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I know definitely as a PR, you do have, when you're out there in the media and you're representing, this magazine and things like that.
Yeah, you want to make the company look good.
How do you see that in the near upcoming future, or how's it been so far?
I mean, so far so good.
Yeah.
Because Black Bloggers and Creative is a very great company, and I think they're doing a great job, like an awesome job for the community. So, for me, my main role is to make sure that we're out there so that we can be
Okay.
known for everybody.
Yeah.
Like, I want us to go viral. I want everybody to know that this is us. This is Black. Like, if you think about Black Bloggers and Creative, just think about powerful women who are
Yeah.
doing an amazing job for the community. And it's like, I want to have more TV time for us. I want people to know us. I want people to know what we are all about. I want us to have the best image out there in Minnesota. So that's what we're working on. And so far, so good,
Wow.
Like, we are blowing up.
You're
And
gonna
I
be a
wanna-
busy girl all over places too.
Yeah, I mean, this is the start. So this is just
Get
a
ready
start.
for more drama to come.
There's more to come, so stay
Wow.
tuned because Black Bloggers and Creative, we're not going anywhere. We're just getting started.
Wow, I'm very proud of you guys. Congratulations.
Thank
and
you.
We're very honored to
Thank you.
to be able to present this and promote it as well today.
Thank you.
check this out, you guys. So this magazine is available on Facebook, Instagram, all social media. And at the end of the show, she'll give you guys more details of where it can be found. But it's definitely something to look into, so far from what I hear from these two wonderful ladies. Now, going to our next step, tell us a little bit more about the magazine itself. Like, what do you mostly have featured in there, or what is it mostly about? Is it about fashion, beauty, or, things like that?
So for the first magazine, I selected 12 different individuals to share their stories. So whether they were, some of them were like beauty influencers, some of them actually had like, they were actually in the cosmetology field, or they were writers, or some of them had non-profit organizations. Black Fashion Week Minnesota was also part of it. So it's different people from different industries that were part of the first magazine. And then moving over to the second magazine,
So it's like a source magazine.
It was a source magazine, people sharing their story. We getting to know people, because there are a lot, there are a lot of great people doing a lot of great work here in Minnesota. And a lot of them are also Black people. I'm not saying other people aren't doing it. It's just that the light is not being shared on these people. And I feel like...
And you want to shine that light more.
And one thing I also do, if you're already popular, I don't think you need it. We kind of move over to the people that are like upcoming, the people that are not being noticed, like the underdog, like you would call them. So I try to focus on those kind of people, because I feel like sometimes the underdogs... people do steal their work and not give them credit for that. So I want to focus on people like that, like people that are upcoming and that need that light, so that's what I try to do.
So you can like immerse them into the industry and get them recognized and be known.
And if you already know, I feel like if we bring two words together, you're already popular versus you're upcoming, and you merge the two words together, it creates a awesome buzz, so and that's what I wanted to do for the first magazine. So it was amazing. And then the second one, I wanted to just share a couple of stories about Black men in the Minnesota community, and that's why we have people like Kyle Benson, Del Malo, and we have Charles. We have Charles Fatumbi. We have DJ Mello. We have there's a couple of them in the magazine, and then we have a couple of people's stories, and then other businesses that advertised their product on our magazines are also featured in the magazine. So, and then we have our allies too in the magazine, so stuff like that are so the transition was completely different from issue one to issue two.
I mean, I can notice the difference, like this one's a little bit more thicker than that one.
And because we covered our events too, our events that we had last year, we also had them in, we also featured in the magazine, and we're also promoting our podcast, which we just recently launched, like in the last 1 week. So like it's a lot of work.
Well, you're gonna hear a lot more about the podcast after this in a while. But all of you new talent and creative, this is who you need to contact. So of course, it's for you. It's for all the emerging. If you have a business, this is the moment. You can speak up. You can be featured, and see who you're gonna connect to. Wow. Yeah, it's definitely a huge difference with the both magazines there, and I love the back cover. How you have
PASS. That's PASS. That's Pan African and Ally Summit. So Ally Student Summit. So that is
one of your allies.
So and she also worked with us. Her name is Brianna Carey. She used to be our event coordinator. Last year she worked with us, in hosting almost all the events that we had. She was very, very instrumental. Shout out to Brianna Carey. I didn't want to forget about that.
If you're watching, hello.
They actually having an event that is coming up soon. They recently canceled because of the coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
But they're
Yeah.
having an event at St. Cloud University, and I'm happy to be part of the event, and I'm just happy to have met her because she was
Yeah.
very, very instrumental on Black Bloggers and Creative. I'm not gonna deny that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about your event.
Oh, our event is popping. Our event is always popping, and our events are very intentional. Like what I mean by that is that I always create events that have a purpose. I want to get people talking. I want to get people thinking. I want to get people taking action.
Yeah.
So let's take, for example, the last event we had was called Buy Black, Buy Africa. The
Buy
goal-
Black,
by Africa.
Okay.
Yes. So the goal was to push people to come support, Black owned businesses, new entrepreneurs. So I think we sponsored one or two Black owned businesses that were coming up
Okay.
at the event to have a center attention at the event. And then we had other vendors that they're established here in Minnesota and other states come sell their brand. So the goal was to get people to come into the space and shop from them, buy their product, and support them.
A lot of vendoring there too.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
people
and
can sell.
and encourage Black dollars. Like, how are we gonna create Black wealth if we're not supporting our community? And I'm also happy that at the event we had other people from other communities come in to buy Black-owned products at that event. So that is one of our events. And
I like this. It's like Black Wall Street is back. If you guys know the American history of the old Black Wall history, which was taken down during the time of all the congregation and the black and white situations of the American, look like she's bringing it back.
Yeah, but in a creative way. in a
creative way,
Yeah, in
so-
a creative way that's
Yeah.
engaging with the community,
Okay.
with the Minnesota community, because our event is open to the public. So
Yeah.
because it says Black does not mean that everybody else is not welcome. I mean, I go to events like, Hmong events. I don't speak anything they're saying. I don't understand what they're saying, but because, I have a couple of friends there, I go support and I enjoy it. So, and I'm happy they do the same for us, Yeah.
No, I totally agree. I mean, we even have even a bunch of other magazines like Essence, those are named Black brands and things like that. So, girl,
Thank you.
we got this.
Yes.
Yeah, we got this.
Yeah.
Wow. So when is the next event? Do you guys have another one?
Yes, we are working on it. It's actually gonna be.
Is it yearly?
So our events are. It depends. Right now, we don't know how coronavirus is gonna
Okay.
go.
So it'll be the spring?
Yeah, spring season, because right
I was
now.
thinking somewhere later down.
Yeah,
in fall.
later down when we are, we're sure that
Yeah.
this disease is gonna go away, which I believe is gonna go away. I have a belief that it's gonna go away.
Oh, it's definitely gonna go away. I'm not worried
Because
about
I
that.
know they already have a solution, but you know how the world works, But right now we're just waiting to see that, because we don't want to plan something and have to cancel, especially when we
Yeah.
sell tickets. We don't
That's
want to
true.
disappoint people, because we did disappoint people, like in one of our events
Oh,
where we had to
okay.
switch the date, and the backlash
yeah,
was
and-
terrible, and I don't
Yes.
want to ever
A lot
deal
of
with
chaos that comes with it. Yeah.
So I just want to make sure that everything is coronavirus is completely eradicated from the world before we start planning something to have a lot of people in one space.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they said in some states that I've been hearing lately, you can't have more than 200 people in a gathering and avoid very large gatherings and crowded places. So yeah, it's definitely understandable, I mean, everybody be safe out there with the coronavirus. Follow the instructions and highly take care of yourself, Don't touch your nose and mouth, keep your fingers away.
It's hard though.
Yes. Keep
It's-
them away. Wear a full makeup because this is me. Like, when I wear a full makeup, I'm too conscious. I'm like, oh, I can't touch my face because I'm gonna mess up my makeup. So that's our little tip now that we're on, on the coronavirus season. But otherwise, it's gonna go by. It's gonna go away, so stay tuned and check out their website when they post their event. So that's how they can, the audience can follow up once you guys have it all ready and going, and we'll probably bring you back and announce it.
Oh.
Who knows? There that goes again. Before we go to the next topic, tell us what that means.
So I don't know. It's a reaction.
Oh, okay.
It's a reaction. So whenever I hear something good or something triggers me or tickles me or just makes me happy, I just go ahead and say, "Oh."
So it's a good sign. If you hear the sound, something good is happening.
Yeah, and I actually learned it from Cardi B, and it took me a while to learn it.
Yeah.
I sucked at it, but once I learned it,
Yeah.
I never went back. I just everything
It just stuck with you. That's her signature, you guys. I mean, if we hear that anywhere, we know it's you around the corner.
Exactly. Something good is happening. Everything good is good.
Oh, yeah. It's like, when you go to Ethiopia, Sudan, East Africa, they make, I'm not going to do it. Sorry, I don't have that confidence right now. But they kind of make a similar sound, but it's usually like in a celebration.
Yeah, I
like
see that
Gambian
before.
people do that too.
No,
Yeah. don't.
Yeah, maybe you don't go to your Gambia parties. I mean, the Gambia
What sound?
people, they have this sound that them do when they're dancing. Hey,
No.
I don't know what to call it. So, my best friend in Sweden is from Gambia. So, like, she used to, we used to go to their parties, and
So what do they do?
they'll be You know how you guys
They're
dance?
jumping and dancing. Well, you don't
And
make
they,
noise.
they make a sound. Not okru, but you guys sound.
I don't know, some kind of a really like
Oh, maybe it's a different tribe that does that.
Yeah, they make their own sound.
in Africa they do that.
The Nad people does it. People from the East Africa, the Nad people that
I
live
don't
in
know.
Gambia.
Yeah.
I have that kind of sound, but it's different.
How does Gambia do
been-
it?
No, we don't. I don't know.
She don't go. She don't hang with Gambia people.
I
That's
do.
the first thing. I hang with everybody. I go with Cameroon.
I hang out
If
with
you're a
everybody.
Gambian, please help us out on this.
They do.
don't.
They
Don't
do.
make-
What are you
Not
talking about? Like, I know what I'm
If
talking
Gambian
about.
people make sound when they dance, that's the same thing as Senegal. In Senegal, they don't do that.
I said they do. My best friend used to be Gambian. She used
Maybe
to dance
wait,
like.
what tribe is your friend?
I don't know. I don't know. Negative.
I get lost cross there. So
Yeah, I don't remember.
let's move forward to the next exciting news of this Black bloggers and creatives. So as we mentioned earlier, now we have a podcast.
Yes, we do.
That's what it means. A lot of exciting things you're about to hear.
Yes.
So open those ears. Go ahead, tell us. So what is this podcast? What is it?
Podcast. Now we made you do
Podcast. I'm getting tongue tied. I can't even pronounce it right now. Maybe she's getting me too excited here. I don't know.
It's a good thing. I get that a lot nowadays. I get everybody excited. That's a good thing. That's why my name is Hope. Okay? Give you that hope.
Go ahead, tell us.
So it's called Ego Loud Podcast. Again, the ideas I have in this head of mine, I don't know where they come from.
It's busy.
But it just comes. So it's called Ego Loud Podcast. Ego Loud means to be loud. So Ego Loud is Pidgin English, also known as broken English, or in Creole they call it, in Sierra Leone they call it Creole English.
Creole?
So yeah, so Pidgin English is the English spoken by the
I hear
British
that
people
on like the
back in the
Nigerian
days.
movies.
Yeah, like
Oh, you're speaking pidgin English.
yeah, it's like broken English. People say bad English, but it's not really bad. It's just
No,
the
it's just a different dialect.
Yeah, the old English British people used to speak. Period.
Oh.
That's what I
Wow.
can do. That's how I can describe it.
Any
So-
comment from white people? British?
No comment.
Tell us.
No comment.
Wow. Okay. And then how do you say the other one?
It's Ego Loud.
No. The English.
The Creole people.
Yeah.
So it's the same. So Creole is this another language that Sierra Leone speak. It's the same as Pidgin
Okay.
English. So when you hear people say, "Oh, that's Creole," they're also referring to it as Pidgin English.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't it the same? Is it the same as broken English?
Yeah, it's the same as broken English. It's just that's what they named it. Yeah.
I'll have to check
Thing.
these up to catch up.
Yeah. It's a lot of languages in Africa, man. It's a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so continue to tell us about podcasts.
Yeah, so Eagle Our Podcast is a podcast that is informal. We share our own personal experience about different things. We talk about trending topics, entertainment, tingling gossips. You know, we just have fun doing it.
Yeah.
But each episode have a specific topic. Once we're done fooling with ourselves, we then go ahead and discuss a particular topic. So, for example, the two that just aired, the first episode was Vision 2020. We talked about what 2020 is going to be looking like. Mine was love. Fatu was a lot, money and love. And you know, episode 2 aired today and is already on our YouTube channel, which is BMB BMC.
BMC, okay.
org. That is on mental health. So I get to talk about, you know, my experience with mental health, because I was actually ignorant about that. I used to think mental health was for crazy people until it happened to me. There's a word.
And then you wonder what's a crazy person.
Yeah, because ignorance is bliss. Believe me, ignorance is bliss. Until it happens to you, then you're like, okay, let me go educate myself about this. And I had to go educate myself, and I realized, like, woo, girl, you need to take a break. And yeah, that is that. And we have 7 episodes in one season. So so this is season 1. We filmed everything. So we're just releasing everything every Saturday.
Oh, I see.
And it's gonna so far the buzz has been amazing. We've gotten great reaction. We just want to keep getting people to the YouTube channel, and you know, getting to hear from people, because it will allow us know
Takes
how
a lot
to
of consistency.
it will
keep doing
and it will let us know how to get ready for season 2.
Okay. So when you said there are 7 episodes, what are each of those 7s?
That's a great question. It's a great
I'm
question.
curious which one I like to pick on, you know?
Yeah, so the first episode was Vision 2020. The second episode is mental health. The third episode,
Family Feud?
yeah, the third one is Family Feud. You know how you have those family members, you love them, but you just would have to cut them off of your life. You know, we have those people, and because they don't help your life. And then you love them from a distance. Episode 4 is Assumptions. Episode 5 is,
Oh my God, I don't remember.
our PR here is not for remembering. But I know episode 5.
Made it to 4 though.
Yeah, we talked
No, we
about,
both need to remember now.
yeah, we did talk about women, and we talked about
Oh, we
women.
talk about men. Why do men cheat?
Yeah.
Okay.
We did talk
So at
about
least
that.
one of the episodes is about men.
Yes.
Okay.
And then one was talking about how women, how we need to come together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unity. Okay.
Yeah.
I think you would like I don't know. My favorite one is the first episode.
The first. No.
The first
we have
I think the first episode, and I think Asam too.
the one where you were telling everybody that I look beautiful and trying to sell me on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was trying to sell me.
Which episode was that?
I think that was episode 5.
Yeah.
She was
Episode
trying
5?
to sell me. She was putting me in the market. She's like, come and buy
Did it
her.
work?
Come and buy her.
No, I think like you enjoyed all the episodes because like we were just like going back and forth with each
Yeah.
other, just you
Yeah.
know making fun
And
you
we
know
debate a
interacting,
lot.
and we debate
like,
a lot. Yeah.
Because we have
So it
completely
sounds like
different.
something that could just brighten somebody's
Exactly.
day at any given moment.
Yeah, because like for me, when I go back and watch it, like I was like, wait a minute, did she say that? Or did I say that? Because I was talking about relationship, and I was like, you have to. She was like, you have to give yourself time before you jump into a relationship after a breakup. I was like, no, you can just jump into a relationship, and then she was like, well, if you jump. She was like, if you jump in, you will what?
You would jump out.
So I watched that the third time. That's when I hear that. I was like, wait, real? She said that? And I started laughing. So if you go back and watch it over, you will catch some things that you didn't catch the first time. So all the
This is
episodes
the
like
best
that.
time to watch it, you guys, especially with the whole
Yeah.
coronavirus and everybody freaking out. Get your
Exactly.
mind off that.
If you stay home, just go ahead and watch the
Watch it.
first is in already.
If
the
you're
second
stuck
one
at
is up.
home or
Yeah.
what do you call quarantined? Watch the podcast.
Yes.
Get some laugh while you're by yourself in your room all locked in. So Wow,
enjoy
it
it.
sounds. I'm laughing already, and I haven't even seen it, but just hearing all the little things that are going on in there. But I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, it's funny. You're gonna love it because we are just ourselves, and that's something I always promote. Be yourself,
Yeah.
because it's easier to be yourself
Yes.
than to try to be something you're not. And the cool thing is that we have our own experiences. So how I experience something is completely
different-
different.
yeah,
yeah,
different backgrounds
yeah.
and different-
And me, I see things differently. She see things differently.
Yeah.
So we just talking about different things,
And that's a good thing to
yeah,
have on
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, for example, how she see love is completely different from how I see love. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm confused. So
And then so what's funny is like we're talking about why men cheat, and then she was like, men are built differently.
correct.
And then I was like, well, men are evil. And then she was like, what did you say? You didn't hear that from my mouth, too. And then look at the camera. Look, just look the person who said it.
Yeah, because
So it's always funny. There's always something that you wouldn't expect that would
Yeah.
just come out of her mouth, like you just said. Yeah. So it's hilarious. You will definitely.
And it's always
enjoy it.
just you two.
yes,
Yes.
it's actually there's a third
The
member.
camera guy.
There's a third member in our crew. So her name is Favor Ojika. She's our IT and quality specialist, and the camera guy, the man behind the filming.
The filming,
yeah, is Charles Fatubi. So I want to just give a shout out to him and
out to him.
Favor
That's-
too,
yeah.
because those two are very talented individuals as well, and they've
yeah.
done amazing work on Black bloggers and creatives. So yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I wish I brought
You got a
them
good
here.
supportive team behind you there.
Yes, and we're still growing. We're still growing. Yes, because we have a lot of work to do, and you need a whole team to get the vision out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where do you see the podcast in the next couple of years from now?
I think it's gonna be big because I was just mentioning this on KMOJ that bringing two Black girls, two transplants
Yeah.
together to
Your
come.
transplant too?
Yeah, these girls from Gambia. Don't be playing yourself,
Well,
girl.
that's what it means, like having multiple.
Like
Ethnicity.
coming from outside into another state. So I heard that word.
Well, it's like if you haven't been to that place for a long time. But I've been here for almost 18 years. So that
Okay.
I wouldn't say that I'm transplant anymore.
Girl, you came from
I came from Gambia.
Gambia.
Right? But she's transplant. She's been here for 7 years. And then that's what
But I've
she
gone
Kim,
in and
the game
out.
host, was like, no, you're not anymore because you've been here for 7 years.
I have gone in and out. So
So if you've been here long enough,
Then-
then you're no longer.
Yeah, you're pretty much used to the system. You're pretty much
Okay.
used to the
But if
weather.
you're
not
still
used
going
to
through the
it.
transition.
Yes, then you are. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
that's what
I'm
it
not
meant.
used to it.
But for her, she's not used to. She still says it after
Well, you
7
must
years.
represent a lot of them, so get used to it.
I'm not used to it.
No, she's not, because every time Minnesota, like she always complain about Minnesota.
Because the weather is cold. So funny, yeah. I come from
blame it on
Stockholm.
the accent.
Funny, yeah.
I come from Stockholm, right? So when I came, it wasn't like a big deal. One thing I was happy was like, oh, okay, we're gonna drive on the snow, so it's gonna get easy. But last year when that snow came down, whoo, child, I was
different
like,
story, huh?
I was like, girl, you better have an exit plan. But I'm still here. It's not funny. I'm still here. But
But it's
know.
true. Minnesota is bipolar.
It is.
You never know what tomorrow's gonna look like.
Yeah, the weather is not fun no more. For me, I don't know, as I get, younger, I'm not going to use the word older. As I get younger, it's getting to me, the cold is getting to me, and I'm like getting old, like I'm over it. Like
Yeah.
I'm just getting to the point where I'm like, okay, once I'm done with my masters, let's start rethinking certain things because I'm over it. That's just me.
Well, we're heading into spring, so
Yes. But the weather is nice this year.
is?
I don't know what's going on. Maybe the prayers I've been praying has been working. Because I've been praying against the snow. I'm sorry to all the Scandinavians. I know you guys are about to kill me. But I've been praying against the snow. I'm like, Lord, take the snow back. And it's working. Okay.
it's working. I see that. Thank you for praying for all of us too.
Yes, sir. And now we gotta pray away coronavirus, so we good. Yeah.
Well, the coronavirus. Let's see who survives.
We are all good. Did you watch the news today? It's up. It has gone from 9 to 21 victims.
Oh, we hit
now.
21 now. Because last time I saw it, it was 14.
Crazy. Oh, it's for.
And that was I think that was yesterday morning.
Yeah, I saw 9, and then I woke up this morning. I saw 21, and it's like, okay. Wow, we are gonna pray against this, but I have all the things that you need in your house. I got it.
Were you one of the people that emptied the store?
No, I actually was the last person. I got there.
Man, Americans are panicking. They don't
I know.
about
I was
anymore.
surprised. I was like, why are they so frantic like this? Like, I was like, hello. It's not that deep. If we can survive Ebola, influenza,
Yep.
you know,
Swine
all those
flu, Spanish flu, SARS.
This is nothing.
Yeah.
This is all about washing your hand. I mean, I'm OCD, so making me wash my hand even extra, I'm gonna wash my hand. It's
Yep,
no problem
for 20
for me.
seconds.
You know?
Keep watching it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just don't want to go out, but I have to go out because, you know, I got work.
I mean, it's life, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are certain things we know how to do and certain things we have to do. So, but yeah. Wow. Well, it's definitely a lot information you guys probably got today. So we have the magazine, the podcast.
Let me help you, girl.
I think I'm gonna start having an accent soon.
Yeah, you're gonna start speaking like me, and people will be laughing. Like, people always laugh at me because I have like a mixed accent.
Because I swear, native tongue always comes back when you start to hit that certain age. You know, no matter how good you were with English, somehow it sneaks in.
It's just crazy.
'Cause I start cussing, and when I yell at my kids, it sneaks in
Oh.
automatically. You know, but hey, it's the mother tongue, so
Yeah.
it is what it is. You know, if I end up speaking it or speaking pidgin English,
Pigeon English.
pigeon,
Pigeon English. Oh.
one of those. So most of the talk shows and podcast, how can people find them right away? Is there like a
Yeah.
or what's on YouTube?
Yeah.
And-
So we have us on YouTube. That's that's the visual part. So if
Okay.
you want to watch the video, you go on YouTube. It's BMC
Okay.
org, and you can watch it on YouTube. Definitely subscribe.
Yeah.
Hit your notification bell so that you can see the next video when it uploads. And then we have the
Just
audio
like that.
We have the audio version on Anchor FM, Spotify, Apple, Pocket, Radio Pocket, I believe that's what they call it.
Okay.
We have anywhere you listen to audio stuff is all there. Let me
Okay.
just make it easy for you. So there, I know a lot of people have
I listen to iTunes a lot. So
Apple,
you said
so
it.
if you have Apple Podcast, if you have an iPhone, you can go search Eagle Loud Podcast on your Apple Podcast, and then if you have Google Play, you can search for
can find
Eagle
it.
Loud Podcast, and it will be there.
Wow,
So
lots of options.
yeah, lots of options. Go on our website.
Because whether you have iPhone or Samsung, you gotta have at least one of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can go to blackbloggersandcreators.com to check out our content. You know, we have a
Yeah.
lot of content there. We just recently created a list called the top 100 plus black leading women in Minnesota.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And-
Yeah. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Oh Lord.
Drama.
The reason I'm laughing because it's so funny. The reaction that I have gotten from that post. Shout out to Cal Benson again. I can't thank him for supporting, supporting us as an organization. We are actually members of Black Minnesota Chambers, and they've been a great support for our organization, and they support black businesses. So if you have a black business here in Minnesota, again, trying to create visibility for your organization, I recommend joining the Minnesota Black Chambers of Commerce. I am not paid to do this. It's just the truth. So this is my testimony. Okay. So the top. So if you go on our Instagram, so I would advise you go on our Instagram.
Show them on the screen so they can see the.
It's Black Bloggers and Creators, and
Instagram.
on Instagram, our last post is called the top
Zoom in.
100 plus leading black women in Minnesota. So we
So that picture there, these are all the.
yeah, these are all women here
Okay.
in Minnesota. So what happened is it's Women's Month celebration, right?
Yeah.
And you know, I feel like, again, just trying to be different, trying to be unique, trying to create something that has never been done here in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So I had this again idea. I was like, let's create a list for black women, a list that recognizes different women from different industries. So I sat down. I've met a lot of women.
Yeah.
And I've heard about a lot of women that are doing great work in the community. So it's not just being popular. You have to be doing something in the community that is
Yeah.
pushing the community forward. So I started to do my research. I started to learn about these women, and I felt like they were doing amazing work. And I started creating a blog post, and then I sat down and I designed a flyer and started to modify their photos, and I did all of the work, right? Compiled it, put it together. I called Black Minnesota Chambers of Commerce. I'm like, this is the list, blah, blah, blah. We need your support. Can you support us to get this out there? And, again, Cal understood the purpose that we're trying to celebrate black women. And
Wow.
they gave me the go pass, and they were there for us. Now, it doesn't mean if you're not on this list, I just want to use this opportunity to clarify that. If you're not on this list, it doesn't mean that you're not doing good work.
Yes,
It's just the first, this is just the first
It's just the
list.
beginning.
Yeah.
Yes.
So even if I had created 1,000, we'll still be missing a lot of people. Again, it doesn't mean that you're not doing amazing work. You're doing amazing work. It's just a list that I feel like these women are doing a lot, and we're getting to see them a lot.
Yeah.
Do the work in the community. Like
Yes.
if you're doing the work in the community and people are seeing you, it's important. You understand? And it's not about being in a circle. Majority of these women, I don't know them personally. I'm just
Yeah.
being honest. And that is why this list is so great.
And how do you go out and select them? Or
Yeah.
do they contact you?
No, they
or?
don't. They don't even know that. So
Okay.
most of them didn't even know I did this.
Mm,
Again,
okay.
so that makes it even, a very, very impressive list. So
Yes.
because it's not based on favoritism, it's not based on, I know this person and that is why they're there.
Yeah.
It's based on three things. What are you doing on the community? How you, even though you're making money, what are you doing to improve and help other people cross? Because that's one thing I preach a lot.
Yes.
Helping others cross.
Yes.
Helping others
And
cross.
that's
is a-
good that you look into those things.
yeah,
because
because
it's important. You're
don't just be about me. Think about people beyond yourself. So
Yeah.
that's one thing. And then the third thing is your brand. What does your brand stand for? Is your brand really doing the work that you really claim? And I believe these women are doing that. Some of them are, brow specialists, but they go beyond doing brows for these women. They help
Yeah.
these women in different areas.
Someone who's willing to go an
Yeah.
extra mile
Yes.
beyond their gift.
Yes, some of them, they do hair, and the way they help these women, they go beyond treating their hair. They become,
that.
psychologists for these
Yeah.
women. Some of them are doctors, some of them are, they're professors, and they're doing amazing work to elevate not just women, but also men in Black Minnesota community. So, and there are other amazing Black women out there that are not on this list. And I feel like they should know that it's not impersonal. It's just, we created a list based on visibility. Who is more seen
Wow.
out here in Minnesota? Yeah.
And
I love the list and the way you just
Congresswoman.
describe each of them because
Yeah. So
they would all have referrals because when somebody asks, hey, do you know of the best doctor or who would you recommend me to, and those recommendations are very very important,
yes.
and they do actually speak more as
Yes.
well.
Yes.
So I like that, you know, because you have them on there. People can have that reference, you know.
I mean, we have
And-
Ihan Omar here, the congresswoman, and she shared the fact that she shared it on her Instagram.
Wow.
That is amazing because I have no expectation. I just do what is right when nobody is looking. You know, I'm not doing it for
And that's how it
clout.
should be.
I'm not
Yeah.
doing it for clout. I'm not doing it for popularity. I'm just doing what is right when nobody is looking. And when I saw her share that on her Instagram,
Yeah.
it melted my heart. It showed me
Aw.
that I was doing something right. I wasn't being shysty.
Like God said, you will harvest what you plan.
Mm-hmm.
Keep planning.
Yes, thank
Yes.
you.
Keep planning. That's
Oh, the
a
fact that
wonderful
she
thing.
acknowledged it.
Good recommendations.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would definitely check them out. Maybe if I need a tax preparation. I'll come to her and say, who do you know? You know, things like that. And this is how we want to support, you know, other businesses and other entrepreneurs and other business people, you know. Because a lot of time we go to who we know in order to get to who we want, you know. Referrals, recommendation, those are huge. Like even when you go to a doctor's office and they'll say, you know, for orthodontists, these are the best ones I can recommend to you, or for a lawyer, or these are the best lawyers I can recommend to you, things like that. So that's kind of what it sounds like based on, you know, some of those people that are listed on there. Yeah, I mean, you're great. You're just like popping ideas, and they're all flowing.
Thank you.
You know, flowing naturally.
Yeah.
Wow,
I'm
very impressed.
I'm already getting to knock down on my door. Are we gonna get the men version? I was gonna ask you that. I'm like, stay tuned. I don't want to say nothing about that yet before all the guys come for me because men are, you know, different.
Yeah.
I always say that men are different. So stay tuned. Let's see what happens. And I'm not saying nothing.
Just keep watching, keep following, you know, subscribe. all those
Yes.
things. Wow, you know, I'm curious of what's gonna happen tomorrow, what's gonna happen next month, what's gonna happen next year. What are you gonna come up with? You know, what are you
Yeah.
gonna put out there? So I look forward to those things, and everybody should. You know,
Yes,
it's
yes,
amazing.
yes, yes. I pray again. I'm praying that this coronavirus goes away because we have a big project that we are currently working on, but we had to put it on hold because we want to kind of like
Make
watch
sure that
what happens before we start sending out like you know, invitations
Yeah.
out there. So for now, we just like putting everything on pause for now.
oh
and
yeah,
just-
you're doing the right
yeah.
thing, because if you haven't started, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely best to wait. I mean, who knows? A lot of schools and colleges are locked down for like 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, my school is locked
Yeah.
down. They, unfortunately for me, most of my courses are online,
Online,
but
yeah.
a few of them is on campus. So like they gave us a 1 week vacation, I would
Yeah.
call it.
So
a
it's
1
not a
week.
spring break.
It's not a spring.
the
This is
Ebola
a,
break.
this is a coronavirus break, you know. But some professors will not let us rest. They still go online and say, "Oh, we have some assignment for you. You can do it virtually. Why don't you go and sign into D2L?"
They're
I'm like,
enjoying that too.
I'm like, whatever. Yeah, but you know, it's okay. There's a pro and con for everything. So
Yeah, no, that's very true. You know, and it's all in God's control.
yes,
You
it
know,
is.
We can only trust God, look to Him, and do our part.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I look forward to whenever you guys are ready to announce it as well. You know,
Yes.
whether it's after the coronavirus or later down the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're about to get closer to the end of the show, so we have about 10 minutes left. What would you like to say to your audience or to your people that look up to you, people, you know, based on this work that you do? Or first, let me start. How old are you?
Girl, I did not say my age.
Why do people have a problem saying their age?
I did not say my age, but I'm very, very, very young.
Like 20s, give us a hit.
I'm not saying my age. I'm gonna be young forever.
She's
okay?
18.
I'm gonna be 18 for a very long time.
Forever 21.
Forever 20. Ooh, I love that one.
That's what
Forever
I always
21.
use. If I go above a certain age, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm forever 21.
I am forever 21 now. Moving, starting from today, I am forever 21.
Because you
Yeah.
know it's when you start a vision or plan, start young because you don't know how far it can go.
Yes.
You know, and
Yes.
all the amount of work
Yes.
you can do.
And
So
yeah.
tell us what would you like to tell your audience?
So I always tell people I'm a creative influencer. So when people say, "Oh, look up to me," it's kind of like a
that
huge
on here,
responsibility. My goal is that I'm able to inspire my community to wake up and do the work.
Wake up and do the work.
Yeah, so if you have a vision, a dream, an idea that you're trying to start, go ahead and do it. You might fail, it's okay. You might make lots of mistakes, it's okay, but keep fighting for it. There are a lot of people that I've met last year that say, "Oh, I love this. I want to do this. I want to do that," but they are still sleeping on their idea. And the thing with God is,
Procrastination.
yeah, not just procrastination. They just don't believe that they can do it.
Yeah.
Because one, they say, "Oh, I'm black and I live in Minnesota."
Oh,
That's not
yeah.
a problem.
Yeah.
That's actually an advantage.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you do something really good and really great, the right people will notice you. When I started Black Bloggers and Creative, I never knew I'll come sit down with you.
Yeah.
Like, I just did it because I felt like it was missing and I felt like it was needed, and we needed something that told stories and highlight the works that Black creative business owners and entrepreneurs have here in Minnesota. Because I want people to come to Minnesota. Let's say they're at the airport, they're like, "Where can we find anything Black?"
Yes.
They should be able to go blackbloggersandcreators.com. You can find your doctor,
Yes.
your tax preparer, you can find information about different people. And I'm happy to be working with Favor on our new directory, because we're working on a very, very detailed directory that will have information about different professionals and businesses, where they're located and stuff like that. So that's something that people should look forward for. It's completely different. And what other things should people look forward for? I think the most important thing for me now is helping others cross. That's important. I use that word a lot nowadays. Helping others cross. It's important to help others cross. For example, Fatu here, she has an amazing vision with endometriosis, which I never knew anything about. I even had a hard time pronouncing the word. But once I educated myself about it, I could see what she was doing, and I could support her the little way I could, and I feel like stuff like that, where we push stuff like that in the forefront and let people know that these are real women going through real
stuff.
problems.
Yeah.
People start to learn about it, and people start to read about it. People start to take it seriously. They're inquisitive to get to know more. So stuff like that, whether you're an upcoming artist or an upcoming designer, or you're an advisor for some organization, but people don't know you,
Yeah.
and you're Black. Hello. Send me an email at blackbloggersandcreatorsmn@gmail.com, because I honestly take my time to read emails. I do have an admin, but they forward me all the emails and I read them, and I try to be very, very supportive.
That's good. Now, I do have a futuristic question about that. So, how do you feel about the critics that may come in the near future? Like earlier when you said, if somebody was to arrive at the airport and they said to you, "Where can I find a Black shop?" or "Where can I find a Black, beauty salon?" or places like that. Like, do you feel like there's going to be some critics of people coming to you saying, you value Black people, so what about all the other race? Like how some people will respond to it and said, "Oh, we're all the same," or "We're all like," but I do also know, like, there are certain salons that can only cut Black people hair, or certain salon that can only cut white people hair but can't cut Black people hair. And there's definitely a lot of understanding that. But what do you say to those people that don't look at it that way?
So first of all, Black Bloggers and Creative is not it's not fighting for race.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with race. It's
Yeah.
just focused on a certain group of people. And then we've already started getting critique from day one. From day one, we started getting critique. Believe me,
Yeah.
I've had meetings with some people,
Oh,
and
wow.
I've sat down with them and clarify, like, yo, this is not what the organization is about. The organization is not about that. The organization is doing this thing for this particular group of people, which is black people in Minnesota. The population in Minnesota is 5.5 million people, and the
Wow.
population of black people in that, out of that 5.5 million people, is approximately 300,000 black people. So that's a small number.
That
if you
is.
do your math properly. So again, we're just focusing on that 300,000, which I've not even reached yet.
Okay.
You know, I've only reached 3,800 and something numbers according to Instagram. And, you know, the people that we've had registered for our business, attend our events and all of that. So, we've already started getting critique. It's just educating them about it. And luckily for us, we've worked with other organizations that are not black owned, but they're very interested in the community. They want to help elevate the community. So people like that, I love to work with them, because they're interested in how do we take things from 0 to 100. So we've worked with a lot of organizations that are not black owned, but they have interest in building the community. So, and I always state that in all our events, they're open to everyone, just like I go to everybody's event and support them. It's the same thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, this is big. You
Yeah.
know, you're this is bigger than you.
It is.
This is greater. So you're gonna have a lot of people, definitely depending on you, on
I'm depending on
on
them.
exposing them and you helping them get you out there, you know, as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, we definitely want to support and just keep this going. you
Yeah,
know.
well,
It's
I'm
gonna
depending
take-
on them to come
Yeah.
to us with a business, because right
Yes.
now, me and Fa'o,
And that's
we're-
where a lot of the motivation and the encouragement has to come as well.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Me and Fa'u right now, we're working on lot of content for social media, for example. We
Yeah.
want to start putting out more businesses, take advantage of our advertising spaces, because the only way we can get people to know your business is when your business is in the forefront. You
That's
know,
true.
and being a creative influencer, there are ways that I can design content that, you know, that attract people and take, you know, make them pay attention to your brand.
Yes.
So, which we're developing a like a package right now to
Yeah.
figure out how can we approach different businesses, new up and coming businesses, telling them, come this way, this is the way to go, you know, because I feel like influencer marketing is the way to go moving into
Yes.
the future. And you have to be very, very creative to be able to be an influencer. It's not just being an influencer for now, it's just to be able to really generate good content for brands that,
Yes.
you know, that are effective and efficient as well. Yeah.
So there you have it, audience. So definitely, you know, look up into this story more, and there's going to be a lot more to come in many years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. and
Yes.
she'll pass it on to her next child. So
Who
you definitely
knows?
have a reliable source,
Yes.
something you can depend on, you know.
Thank
And
you.
in all God's will, may your success go far.
Amen to that, girl. Oh,
And reach out to reach out to as many as you like.
yes.
All right, so now that we're at towards the last minutes of the show, I like to bring Fatu on.
Yes. Our
And we
sister.
have a short announcement that she likes to make and tell us, as she's the creator of Let's Fight Endometriosis. So tell us about your event coming up and, you know, what to expect and things like that.
Yeah, Let's Fight Endo. It's just endo is short for endometriosis. This March is Endometriosis Month, so we are raising awareness to educate the general public about the disease, because not a lot of people know about endometriosis. Like, if you don't have a friend who has it, you probably wouldn't know about the disease, because a lot of us women are.
Girl, you're everywhere right now. Like, everyone is talking about it.
Yeah, I'm so glad
very
that
proud of
everyone is
you.
talking. Yeah, I'm so
Yeah.
glad everyone is talking about it, because when I first started the campaign, you were like, "What's that?" You know, Big
I
Wad,
couldn't even
David.
pronounce
Everybody
it.
was
Yeah,
like,
wow.
"What's endometriosis?"
I'm looking at
Yeah.
our blog views because I was like, wow, because, you know, we made a blog post
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
it, and the blog
And I
view,
thought it was beautiful when she
it
said it to
blew,
me.
it blew up, and I was like, woo. Okay.
Yeah, so Black Bloggers and Creative, they make the flyer for the event. The event is
And we wrote a blog
my
post.
28th.
Good job.
Yeah, and they did an amazing job writing the blog post about it, and I share
It's
it
perfect for gala.
everywhere.
Yeah. And it's and we're promoting it on our platform
Yes.
so that, you know, again, get it to the right people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that, you know, we can have the right crowd in the room that day.
which is
Amen.
amazing because I just have a lady reach out to me today to the visa email, and she was like, she's dealing with endometriosis for a long time, and she's only 28, and she want to collaborate with me and talk to me more, and also see how we can work together. And she even registered to come to the event. When I see that, I was like, whoa, you know, this is
Wow.
big. I'm glad that people are coming out and, you know, want to talk about it more. So my 28 is going to be at Maxis Hotel downtown.
Yeah.
So Maxis was very nice. They were very generous enough to sponsor the event.
sponsor-
Yeah, to let
wow.
us use the space. We even did the
Thankful for
video.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yesterday we did the endo video shoot there at the
Yeah.
hotel.
And I've been following you, so I've been seeing a lot of those photo shoots, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
this girl's busy.
So yeah, it's like
Yeah.
there's a lot of women dealing with endo in Gambia, but
Yeah.
everybody's in silence because of the way society views us. It's like when you have something like that, they look at you as maybe you might bring a, you know, like a bad luck to the family, or maybe you might even not find a husband if they know that this
Yeah.
disease can affect you from getting pregnant.
Yeah.
You know, so it's definitely a serious condition that people should take very seriously. And I'm
Yeah.
so glad that to have Hope here to help me and use her platform to push the event and also cover the story and creating the flyer.
Wow.
You saw the flyer.
Oh yeah.
You know, she did an
love it. She
amazing
did
job.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So and everybody's talking about it. So I'm very glad, you know, to have her. And not just that, if you open the magazine, see have the
Oh yeah, I did saw something earlier. Hold
yeah.
on.
It's like the last page.
The last page.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So see, and somebody saw that from the magazine and came up to me and said, "Oh my God, you have endometriosis."
Oh, this one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you have endometriosis. I didn't even know that. I saw that in the magazine.
Weird, but here it is
Yeah.
on here. Let's fight endometriosis.
Let's give it to
Featuring
so that you can
the-
show it to the audience.
Yeah. So this is if you buy the magazine for Black bloggers and creatives.
On the second issue.
Yeah, the second issue, you will see how they feature the endometriosis campaign. So this is like one of the things that they do, like, you know, helping women, giving people platform, like Black
Yeah.
people. So like I was very honored and very like glad, you know, to know this beautiful lady right
Yeah.
here. You know, so she's always like pushing me forward to make sure, like, even my event, Fatu, what's going on? Fatu, you know what I'm saying? What are you doing?
Yes.
So she's pushing me to making sure that everything is right, making sure that my event is successful.
Oh,
So
good.
yeah, so I'm very thankful to be working with her and also having her, you know, next to me, helping me. So let's fight Endo, Mike 28 at the Maxis, 6. It starts at 6 and end at 8. So we're gonna have like Endo T-shirt there to sell, and we're gonna
Okay.
action off some fabrics, and we're also gonna action off
Oh,
the
I can't
beautiful.
wait to get my T-shirt.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a T-shirt there. So everything that we're gonna raise in that event, all the money is gonna go to the women in Africa who are dealing with, you know,
Yeah.
we're dealing with endometriosis, and they can find proper treatment. You know, they can find like, you know, like medication there is very expensive, and sometimes they have to travel all the way to Senegal to
Oh,
get
yeah.
diagnosed. Yeah, and all that costs money. You know, so I know a lady who's
You're amazing for that.
I'm trying. It's not easy, and
Trying
it's so
to help the cause for these women, because we know, you know, how financial struggle can be when you're dealing with such pain. That's why, like you just mentioned, the Nubi collection dress. We hope. Hey, auction, okay? It's going on auction. Make sure you buy it, because somebody's gonna need that to go to the clinic to get medical treatment. Like, that's the whole phenomenal story behind endometriosis.
And a huge shout out to what's that lady name? Oh, Nancy Bittersweet Design.
okay, yeah,
She
yeah.
recently reached out to me too. She said, "Hey, what are you wearing on that day?" I was like, "I don't know. I'm, you know, thinking about ordering stuff online." So I was like,
Yeah.
"No, I got you. You know, I will
Aw.
design something special for you to wear that day."
And that's what you need, a designer's dress.
Yeah.
Forget online.
Yep. Yeah, so it was like, you should do your hair like, you know, the way you did. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell them more to do my hair just like
No,
that.
You need something unique,
know?
one of a kind.
Yeah,
designer.
so she's going to design
Yeah.
something. And then she was like, hey, if you want to auction it off, let's do it.
Oh, good.
So, yeah.
That is amazing.
So I'm so glad
Blowing up.
to
yeah.
see people come out, because I know Nancy for a very long time from one of Richard Moody's show.
Yeah.
So seeing her coming out and help, and you being there for me, like, hey, I have something special for you.
Yeah.
And I was really, that day when I came to your show, I almost cried, because you are
Aw.
there for me, helping
Yeah.
me. Since day one, I know you for, I don't know, forever.
Forever.
So it's like,
We were like little rugrats.
exactly.
Almost from high school.
And just like what Hope was saying, Black women, we can come together and work and help each other. Yeah.
I'm so happy for Nancy for that.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
yeah, I was like, send me your measurement now. I need it. I need to do this for you. I was like, okay. Like she was calling. I was like, why is he blowing my phone? Because I asked her about action, but she finally called. I was like, yes, let's do this.
Wow. I'm
and-
really excited for you. This is amazing.
Yeah, and big
I mean,
thank
I
you to
can
Jill.
imagine the dances and the joy in those women's faces for what you're
Oh.
doing for them.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they did something in Gambia yesterday too. They have a huge presentation about
Wow.
endometriosis, and this was like the first time ever, seeing everybody come out talking about endometriosis in the Gambia.
Yeah.
Imagine you going through pain and knowing that it's going to be difficult for you to get pregnant, knowing that you might not find that husband that will stick around with you,
Yeah.
stick like through thick and thin. Like this girl I'm telling you who's in Gambia right now, she's also going through a divorce,
Oh,
and she have stage 4 endometriosis. So both of her fallopian tube is blocked from the endometriosis.
You know what's funny? I was talking to someone, and I know this someone is someone that could do something. Okay, and I told him, yeah, my friend is having a campaign for endometriosis, and then that's where he's like, wait, what is endometriosis? I was like, oh, sorry, now I have to go to detail, figure it out what it is. Even though I couldn't explain it like you do, I was like, oh, it's like a cramp, but terrible, like you're giving birth. And you can't have children sometimes, I mean, you can have children, but it's complicated. And, in Africa, your husband may leave you for another wife because of infertility issues or whatever, but they don't know it's actually an endometriosis, Just close it out like that.
They just close it up like that. But
And then he's like, wow, this is a really interesting cause. I was like, no, keep watching for it. Trust me, this is something you're going to want to get involved into, So I really hope he's going to be really getting involved because, we definitely want those sponsors to be involved, those
yeah.
investors to be
Yes.
involved. Like,
Yep.
if you have $1,000, $2,000, and you just want to donate it to the cause, trust me, you will be happy where it's going. It's definitely going to be worth it because not only are you helping the cause itself, but the people behind it, because that 1,000 can save, I don't know how many women's, a lot of women's, countless,
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
expensive in Africa. This girl is like going to her 3rd surgery, and she's even thinking about what's the surgery called when you take your uterus out, everything.
Oh my God.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, going
Yeah.
through that, I know in America, to get your tube tie is like 5,000.
Yeah, so the
Yeah,
only
for
way
each-
that she's like, I'm tired, I
So
don't want to deal with the
imagine-
pain no more, so I'm going to take everything. I was like, no, you're only 33, don't do it. So it was like,
Yeah.
my fallopian tubes are blocked. I'm not going to have kids. I was like, yes, you can. There's
You
the
can.
other way. You can adopt. You can do IVF, But, being in Africa, there's no
Yeah.
IVF there. So, but it's just stressful. Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Not in Gambia, not in our country. Yeah, that's why it's like they have to travel
Yeah.
outside of the country, because
Yeah.
Gambia is not medical or healthcare is very poor. It's
Yeah.
very, very poor. So it's like they need that help where they can go outside of the Gambia to get treatment. Yeah, go to Lagos, go to Senegal, all that stuff. Go to,
Yeah.
France. So, but also I just want to say a huge thank you to Jayla, the model.
Yeah.
So Jayla really helped me in,
Oh, yeah.
calling me.
Shout
"Hey,
out
what
to
are you gonna
Jayla
do?" Yeah.
if you're watching.
Yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
part of the sponsors, and also Y&I event is gonna be
Okay.
decorating the whole entire hall. We're even thinking about having a red carpet or a yellow carpet, but we're gonna
Okay.
have a red carpet there
I mean,
from
it's
the
doable.
elevator.
Go
No,
for it.
yeah, we will,
Yeah.
because the red carpet's gonna be from the elevator all the way down.
Oh, wow.
It's gonna be- so we planning on going all out.
Very fancy
Yeah,
there.
doing all out. Team is yellow, so
Yeah.
yeah, and a huge shout out, a huge thank you to our another sponsor, Black Bloggers and Creative too.
So
for
you would
being there
say
for
on
us.
March 28th that the dress code, everybody wear yellow?
You
or
don't
is-
have
or
to
they can
wear
just
yellow.
whatever?
We
Okay.
can have like a yellow ribbon that we're gonna pin
Oh,
to
okay.
people's shirt. Like every time you come,
Yeah.
there will be somebody there to welcome you and pin that yellow ribbon on your shirt.
I'm
And,
excited.
Yeah. Yep,
Yeah.
and there will be like a backdrop, like a yellow backdrop where you
Yellow,
can
okay.
take a photo. And we're gonna have you there to cover the whole entire
Yellow
event.
backdrop. All you yellow people that are coming don't blend in.
Exactly, yeah. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be a
Wear
problem.
a different color to stand out.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes.
This is
But
my
yeah.
first time seeing a yellow backdrop. This is gonna be
Yeah.
interesting.
Even if you have a yellow red carpet, we would do it. Hope's like, no. But no, we're gonna mix it up. It's gonna be a red
Wow.
carpet. Yeah. So So Andrew might be the person in charge of the red carpet. Andrew Fisher.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. So it's gonna be a T-shirt there for sale. We're gonna action of your
And
dress.
Andrew Fisher, he's doing big stuff in the industry. Great
Yes,
guy.
he is. He is, and he was one of the models yesterday for
Oh,
the
wow.
video shoot.
I can't wait to see these videos.
I was like, wow. Andrew
Yeah.
came out. Jamel was there.
yeah.
You know, Willow was there.
You got all the pros.
Yeah, all the top models were there. And it's like we have different languages. We have
Yeah.
Anita, she speaks Swahili.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I was looking for Hope to give me.
And
some
now
sort
you
of-
have Miss Denisha also
Yeah.
sharing
Yep.
your cause as well. Yeah.
So make sure you come out May 28th at the Maxis downtown. Yep.
All right, everyone. Well, this has been the whole interesting topics from Black bloggers and creatives to intermistresses today about the event. So if you're just popping in right now, you're kind of towards our end of the show. Watch the whole entire thing, to get the whole inside story of these two wonderful ladies that we have here today. And now we're gonna go to the last part. You're gonna share how they could find you, give them your social media, or I don't know, however it works. So.
That's a long one.
All three of them. Drum roll.
Or at least the quickest one where most audience are at, like YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook if you like. I don't know how many people uses Facebook more than Instagram nowadays, but yeah.
So we have a print magazine out. We actually sell them in New Rules at 2015 Laurie Avenue North, Minneapolis, Minnesota 55411.
Oh, the microphone.
Oh, sorry.
Try
Oh,
to say
so
it again.
okay, I'm gonna say this again. I'm terrible at this now. So we have our magazine at New Rules at 2015 Laurie Avenue,
Okay.
North, Minneapolis, Minnesota 55411. So you can get the magazine. We actually have issue 1 and issue 2 in the store, and then you can join us on Instagram at Black Bloggers and Creators. And then you can join us on YouTube at BMB, BMC, ORG. And then you can join us on LinkedIn at BMB, BMC, MN. You can join us at our Facebook group, which is BLKMN, Bloggers and Creators. I think I did a great job. Okay.
And if you're having a hard time catching all of this, you'll find this video in the link in Ellie Naimel Talk Show. I
Yes.
will post everything there, so you can just click and go directly to it.
Yes.
Fatu, tell us how people could find out about your show and how they can register.
Oh, you can. The event is on Eventbrite, so you can
Okay.
go to Eventbrite. Thanks to Hope, I registered because I wasn't planning on doing that. But yeah, the event is on Eventbrite, and also you can follow us at Let's Fight Endo Let's Fight Endo _ on Instagram. Yeah, it's always Let's Fight Endo, Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Let's Fight Endo. Yeah.
Fabulous. All right, thank you, everyone. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. So enjoy the show, and please, 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 let's support our young talents that are contributing into the society. They're doing wonderful things and telling great stories. And we'll see you next time on Ellie Naimel Talk Show.
Hi, it's me again, Korma Agustak-Meyer. I'm here today to tell you more about Tempo Africa and how you can contribute. As you know, Tempo Africa is a station that services people of African descent and people in America, people in Africa. It's all over the globe. And for us to do that, we are always accepting donations. To donate, you can go to the website at tempoafrictv.com, and then you click on the home page and then click on PayPal donation, and you can make your donation there. You could also call in and make a donation. The number is 612-804-0295. I cannot tell you how grateful we are for your donation. Please take the time and check out the website and feel free to donate to this wonderful service that Tempo Afrique continues to offer us abroad and at home. All this information is on the website. Just go to tempoafrictv.com and you will get more information. Thank you very much.
Hot mix mixing.
Voilà. On parle des droits de l'homme, des droits de l'homme. Oui. Quand il n'y a pas de paix, il n'y a pas de droits de l'homme. Soyons sérieux. Yeah! Et je voudrais ici interpeller la France.